What's poppin'? It's your girl Tiana Well, and I'm back with another video. So this is a different video. I'm going to show you guys how we're setting up our DTF ink system with our, what is it, Epson? Epson, what's the number? 8550 printer. Not it right in front of me. We got a DIY Ciss system. We got it from Highly Flavored. You can find him on TikTok with a lot of videos. We're just going to show you how we're unboxing and getting everything together.
What's up, y'all? So today we got our order. We got it from Highly Flavored. Shout out to my boy Brandon. You know, Brandon to Brandon. Feel me? So let's go on ahead and see what we got today. So I'm pretty sure in the order we ended up getting, okay, so here's our inks.
Woo woo!
Okay. So right here I see BK, black.
Nice.
They got some nice little packaging. Okay, white. Okay. What else they talking about up in here? Another white. So they say the whites run out fast, so you want to get extra white. Yellow. Like the packaging. Cyan. Okay. And as y'all can see, everything packaged real nice. This is a big bag of powder. I didn't think it was going to be, so this is 1,000 grams of powder too. Okay. But these are the hot peels. So whenever we get to doing our DTF printers, and this is how big it is. So just think about how big a shirt is. You got as much size as you want, you know. So like this right here would probably be the same size as this.
Not what it looks like. All right, so we're gonna open up this box. Yeah, you want to be careful. I know a lot of times there could be fragile things at the top. So just be mindful of that. Alright. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just realized I was probably in the middle of this. Alright. Alright, so we got our instructions. Make sure you keep your instructions. We're going to set these to the side. Alright, so we got our syringe. This syringe is for when you're taking out the waste. We'll get to there in a second. We won't really have any waste in our printer because we haven't used it, so it's brand new. We got some gloves. Appreciate that. We got some gloves downstairs though, so we'll also have that. We also got us a screwdriver. This is or like a little wooden tool that's gonna help us be able to get the holes in the side of our printer when we put that ink in there. So put that to the side. And then of course here is our Ciss machine. But we got this white box right here. In this box you got your cables. So you want to make sure you put this to the side. Just keep everything in proximity of where you'll be when you're setting this up. Also, more syringes. These syringes are going to be great when you're putting in any of your extra ink or anything like that. Also, if you want to put extra ink, if you don't want to kind of, what's that called? You don't want to spill anything anywhere. Why do you think all those faces at me? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Alright, y'all. So we got to the Ciss. Here it is. In its glory. We got a white one. With the Highly Flavored sticker on it. I love that. We love that. Go ahead. Look at that. Get into it.
That is nice.
See that? Alright. Okay, so there's nothing else in our box. So we're going to go ahead and toss that box to the side. So I just want to show you all what it looks like. So it has the tubes hanging out. Love that they're labeled already with the W, so you know which tubes are going to be your white ones. So once we start taking apart our printer, you'll see where that aligns. But It's pretty hefty. Probably about a good 5 pounds. So yeah, we'll go on to the next step. So before you get started, we just want to let you know that you do need a magnetic screwdriver, because it's going to be essential for keeping the screws on there. So as you can see, like, you know, while you're in those tight spaces, it's definitely going to keep it in there. We use these two interchangeably, P1, P0. Obviously, you do not need a 15-piece magnetic screwdriver set, but you know, it doesn't help for future projects. I mean, it helps for future projects. All right, y'all. So right now, this is the scanner part. So as you can see, let me try to zoom in and straighten out. So you're gonna see 2 screws in there. We're gonna unscrew those on both sides so we can lift this all the way up and push it back. So we got 1 screw out right there. So we'll do that to both sides. So right now we have pushed back the printer. So we have the top, it's back, all the screws are out. And we are going to begin taking off the panels, so each side, and then we're going to take some screws off from the back and then some screws in the front. So I'll show you when we take those out. Also, so for us, we're resting it on the Amazon package, but we also taped this part so the scanner area does not flap open. So that gives us the ability to not have this entire thing falling off. Also, we're beginning to take the side panels off. So you have a screw back here. This is the right side panel.
This will be the left.
The left side panel if you're facing it. From the back, it's the right. Okay, so when you're looking at the left side of the printer, when you're head on, you've taken out a screw right here. There's a screw right here. We also removed the tray. That's right here, so you can access this screw right here. There's a screw, let me get the light, right here. You're gonna take that screw out. There's a screw back here. You took that screw out. And then we're gonna take the side panel off, so we're gonna do the same thing on the same side, on the other side. So when you go to take off the right panel, you're gonna have a screw in the back that you're gonna take out. You're gonna have a screw right there. Boom. And then there's this other screw that Brandon's taking out right now. So what it is you're lifting this color panel right here. You're gonna flip up the gray, and that screw's gonna be right there. So the easiest way to say this is that anything, as far as the side panels, any screw that's touching white is really what you want to take off. Okay, so you're gonna get a bit of a resistance anytime you're taking off these panels. Just understand that there's clips that are holding them into place. So you just want to apply a little pressure.
Yeah, we gotta figure out where.
So as you can see, we're kind of starting on this edge.
Got it?
Yeah. Whew. All right. Lift this this up just a little bit so that I can be right there. All right. Ooh, we got that off. Fabulous. Okay, so this is how you're gonna access those tubes. So we're taking all the black screws off. So you have, let's point to all the screws, babe.
1, 2, 3, and here 4, 5, 6, 7.
Got it. Perfect. So take all those screws out, and then we'll show you what it looks like. You bossed around. All right, y'all. I'm here to tell you guys that we are moving. We're moving this. Go ahead. Yeah. Just pull this out the way. Out the way.
Are we supposed to take any of this out or move any of this?
There you go. Alright, now there's going to be some red wires. Yep, okay. Alright. Oh, be careful because we want to... Alright, cool. So this red wire is popping out. What we want to do is we want to detach these two wires. So... Okay, so we just want to specify which piece you're trying to pull this little piece out of this one. It is going to be very difficult and you're going to feel like you are going to break it. Just FYI. Alright, y'all, so for this part, we're going to take this off. All you do is snap it off. So we already snapped it off, but that's how easy.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's how easy it is.
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to be removing 4 different screws in this panel. You're going to have 2 black ones right here on this left hand side, and then you're going to have 2 silver ones. The other silver one is hidden underneath this. Oops, sorry for the camera. But yeah, so those are 4 screws you're going to take out. Alright, so we've just been setting our screws to the side, but the ones that we've just taken out of this area, we actually separated them because we can tell that they're different in size. So we highly recommend that you do that. Alright, so we've taken all our screws out. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this piece out. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. So now we have access to the tubes, and so these tubes is what we're going to be connecting our Ciss to. So we're going to pop these out. Alright, so now that we've taken this top off, we're going to get access to the print head. So what you want to do is you want to take these 2 screws out right here. I'm going to go ahead and take this off after we've taken our screws off.
Seems like it wants to fight with us, y'all.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, y'all, so this is the side panel where we're going to be putting this sticker. This sticker tells you where the tubes are going to go through that are connecting on your Ciss. We're also going to be drilling holes so then it can connect to our printer. So it's going to, this right here, and then our Ciss is going to be aligned right next to it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take this off, you're going to peel it off, and then you're just going to align it from right here. There we go. I'll take that right there. Love that. Alright, so as you can see, it's peeling right there. Alright, and everything's not going to be perfect, but you definitely want to try to get that black line as straight as possible. Oop. So, a little bit of a perfectionist here, y'all. Oop, oop. There we go. Alright, and then you want to make sure you have no air bubbles, you know, trial and error. We're going to keep that in there just so y'all can see that what it'd be like for real. Alright. Okay. Alright, y'all, so I'm placing this sticker on there. Template sticker still. And we're just trying to get it as perfect as we can to align, so no bubbles. I can see why I don't be tinting nobody's windows, I'll tell you that. This way. right. So this is what it looks like after it's on there. Trying to get out as much air bubbles as I can. Alright, so boom. Okay, so this right here, you're gonna drill a hole all the way down. You're gonna drill holes here, here, and here. So we'll come back after we've done that. Okay, so what came in our kit was this wooden tool. So this wooden tool is what's gonna help you get these holes. Oh, there's a cover on it. Ooh, you could have fooled me. Alright, y'all, so I took the rubber piece off. Now I'm just going to take a little wrist action, as told before, and just get my holes going. So we'll be back once we get that going. Alright, y'all, so what I did is I made my holes. So we have our 4 holes right here. This is something I definitely recommend, teamwork. And then we did double check to see if we had enough space for all of our tubes, and we do. I'm trying to demonstrate real quick, but and then you just, when you're pushing these through, you want to make sure that they're aligned in the order that they are in. So I'm probably gonna twist it around, but yeah, so they all fit. Just know they all fit. Alright, y'all, so we got a little ahead of ourselves, but we have the bracket here. We took the washers and the screws. There's no longer, sorry, I said bracket. We're taking, this is the side of the printer, and we have used our washers and our screws to attach it to each other. Normally these come with a bracket, but now it is a washer and screws. So if you feel like your package is missing a bracket, it is not. It is also mentioned here as on the please read, so I highly recommend that you please read the instructions.
Removing the external waste tank. And just gonna put this off right here right now.
Alright, y'all, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be removing the tubes. So there we go. So it's simple like that. So you can do that to all of them. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my nail, so I'm just going to pull up and it comes out. Obviously, if you have ink in yours, it will splatter, so try to wear some gloves. Right, so now what we're doing is, because we want our tubes to lay flat, we are breaking these ridges that used to hold the tubes into place. And you want to be careful to try to keep your pieces from falling in, but it's not going to matter. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, so we can kind of get them to lay flat.
Now it's your turn.
All right,
Your
so
time.
what happened?
What?
It's clearly this is
Start
very
over. Start
trying.
over one more time.
This is very trying.
Start
No,
over
you
one
gotta
more
give
time.
them the real deal.
No, start over one more
You don't
time.
want to give them the real deal.
No, start over one more time.
I'm not cutting. Take 2.
Alright, so what we did now, one thing I will say is this is time consuming. This video might look short, but this is not easy. We have took this DIY Ciss. We ended up connecting it, and then we ended up putting it back. So we put our screw back here, and we also got our screw right there in the back. Right there in the back. So that's what we just did. We got our Ciss on. Now it's gonna be time for us to start connecting the dots.
Right here we have our waste tank, this cord right here. So I'm gonna, as you can see, it goes down here, and then this is where it ends, right? So this is really where our waste tank is, but we have one on the Ciss now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take our cutters, and I'm going to, oops, sorry, I just want to cut it evenly. So I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna cut. Oh, sorry, y'all. It's a tight space, but we're gonna cut There we go. So now we have this, and then we have our waste tank tube here. Sorry, I'll get y'all some light. So this is where it is now. So we're gonna connect this to one of our tubes coming in.
And pull the other part out.
All right, so now that I've done this, what you're gonna do is, the piece you cut off, you're just gonna set it to the side and throw it in the trash. All right, y'all, so in our bag, we have quite a few connectors, right? So we now want our Ciss to connect to this waste tank tube. So we're gonna take our last tube and we're gonna kind of match it up to see how much space we have to connect. So I'm gonna cut it right where they touch. Gives me enough comfortable space. I don't feel like I'm cutting off too much for the tube to adapt. So you're just gonna cut right here. There we go. All right. So adapter. All right. Gonna get that in there. You're gonna wiggle it in there as tight as you can. Make sure it's really secure. All right, I got about a good 2 little notches on there that it's passed. Perfect. I'm gonna take my waste tank tube. This is where all our waste is gonna go. Our waste ink is now gonna be going here. Sorry, let me get y'all some more light, my bad. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I'm just getting that on there, pushing it as tight as I can, and boom. Now that's where all our waste is gonna go, y'all.
Perfect.
Okay, y'all, so now we're gonna start connecting our tubes. So what I'm gonna do is, for each of these, I'm just gonna do one example. So like I did before, I see where it kind of matches. So we want these to lay flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut about right here, right where they touch pretty much. That is more, so it's comfortable, you're not cutting off too much, and it's a safe measurement. Boom, right? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another adapter. Right here. Get that in there. Just like that. And then you wanna get it in this one. I'm gonna wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just kidding. All right, so we're gonna get it over that last. Perfect, so it's over there. All right, that's good. Feeling secure. Okay, boom. And then what you do is you just place. And you just want to make sure they're flat. So if you feel like this isn't good enough for you and you want it to just be like nice and straight, you can absolutely cut off a little bit more. But other than that, that's what I'm gonna do. So here's a little hack that I did. So while I am trying to get the tubes together and making sure that I'm aligning the right ones, I've taped up these tubes so I don't match the wrong one. I'm a lash tech, so that's kind of what we do in that world too. All right, y'all, so as you can see, I've gotten 5 done. I did kind of switch up my technique as I went. So I do want to show y'all, at least when they got longer. So what I did is I crossed them like this. And then I just took the scissors, or the, whatever these are called, you know, cut it, right? And then what you do is you take your piece, right? So you know you're right here. And then I know this much is gonna go, this much is out. So based on what I can see, I know I need to cut off a little bit more of this clear. So I'm taking it. I know it's gonna go into here. So I'll cut off about literally that much. All right, cool. So then I'm taking it, I'm putting it in here, into this one, the cream one first. So you're twisting, twisting, push it over. The biggest thing is you want these to go over the ridges because you don't want any of your ink to spill out, or you know, if it comes in powerfully, it could probably make this slip. So that's the whole idea, is trying to get it to the middle as close as possible. Just know you probably do want to go get like a manicure after this because your hand's gonna be raw for sure. All right, so I took that. Now I'm taking the clear one and I'm just massaging it in there. Once again, pushing. Push. All right, until they're both kind of at that center. So we want to make sure they're kind of right there, and then I let it untwist itself. And then what I do is I kind of scoot it back in right there. And then so these tubes were in these ridges, right? So what I do is I just take it and I pop them right back in there. And now we are done. And the reason why you want these to be as flat as you can get them is because we want this to be able to go across as smooth as possible. Hey y'all, so I've taken this piece out of my bag and I've taken a scrap piece of tubing, and what I'm gonna do, because we're gonna get this right here, we are going to make sure that these two whites, because these are now gonna be our whites, connect to each other. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just attach a piece of the tubing, like I mentioned, to this piece. All right, so you want to get it over this ridge as much as possible. All right, I feel like we're good right about there. All right, cool. So we've gotten it on, right? What we're gonna do next is we're going to take this tube out right here. Right? And we're gonna attach it right here. Same thing. Twist and push, twist and push. So what I've done is I connected this little piece to this actually. I did connect this, but I don't like how not flat it is. So I am gonna just cut it just a little bit. So it doesn't really cut off the circulation. So we're gonna do that right there. And then we're gonna just there we go. All right. So you're just gonna twist and push, twist and push. Get it on there as best you can. And you could do this in whatever order you feel like is gonna work best for you. But yeah, so. Okay, so I have my Y piece now, right? So I'm gonna take my extra tubing that I had left over that I cut. I'm gonna place it on the right part of the Y. If I can get it on there. There we go. Just a little wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Boom. All right, so we got that on there, right? Perfect. Okay. So now what we're doing, right, is I've lifted this latch to give us, you know, a little extra leeway. You're gonna pull this tube, right? And what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be attaching this and this together. So similar to the same thing that we did on the other side. And what I would recommend is definitely you're gonna cut this. We know for sure we need to cut this as low as possible. So about right there. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna wiggle. You're gonna do. You can get it to the side. I feel like I'm trying to put a piece of medicine in a dog's mouth right now. All right, cool. So you're just, same thing, you want to push it up as best as you can. I'm kind of using the printer as some help to slide this up. So rubbing it against this black piece to help me scoot it with my finger on the other side. So, all right, I think that's as best as we're gonna get right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my piece that I'm gonna connect. We're just gonna move this to the side. Right, so push it down. Ooh, just like that. And then we're gonna, there we go. I'm gonna push down. So you just want it to hook on there. Ooh, there we go. All right, cool beans. So now we've got that on there. Definitely if you can get some tweezers or something, I recommend that. And then all right, y'all, so I have connected this. I will say that I lifted this plastic piece to get to this one right here, so I can pull it a little bit so that end of the Y could be inserted into this. And I just wanted it to be nice and like just straight. The flow of the ink is flowing. And you will have like a little give right here, but that's okay. It's not going to mess up anything. The ink will still be able to flow because it's not being cut off. All right, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take these two pieces right here. So I have an additional extra piece of tubing, and I'm going to line it up to where it is. And I know that this is, we don't want too much excess. So I'm just going to cut off about that much. Here we go. All right, so I feel like that's good enough over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. I still see I got a little bit too much because we want this to lay as flat as possible. So I'm probably still gonna cut off just a little bit, about like that much right there. Cool. Dang, I still feel like I got a little bit too much. So you know, just kind of eyeball it. trust your gut. Definitely in this process. I mean, you took your whole printer apart at this point. So, there we go. All right, so that should be enough. This one is in there pretty tight. So, wiggle, wiggle. Come on, come on, come on. All right, you guys, so excited. I got it on there. I do know that I'm pushing a little hard on here, so I'm just gonna make sure I'm pushing back some force because I'm getting this tube on there. Ooh, can you believe we're almost literally at the end? I mean, this is not taking as long as this video is. I'll tell you that. So be in store for about a good 4 hours worth of getting to know an Epson printer inside and out. We should be on someone's IT team. Yeah, so all right, so we're gonna get that on there and I'll be back.
Tell them what we're doing.
Let me tell you, this is the best project to do with your husband. Test your love, y'all. All right, so we are putting the printer back together right now. So you gotta undo this part, which is very difficult. So you're gonna take this screw that's in the back, you're gonna take that off, and then that's because we have to assemble the plate that actually goes right here. So we're also gonna take this screw out as well. But we are finally done putting the Ciss together, so we're excited. So if you remember how to put your printer back together and remember where you put all the screws, that's all you're gonna be doing right now. So best of luck. All right, y'all, so when we're putting on this side back on the printer, it is pretty difficult. We just want to remind you that you have a small silver screw that goes right here. I'm pulling it, you can see it hides. You want to make sure you put that screw in first when you're putting this piece back on. And then also, what you're doing is you want to hook these things into the groove. So you're going to see these hooks that are aligning, and then there's also a other one that's going to hook onto this as well. So, and then remember that this white piece goes on top. All right, y'all, just to let you know, when you put this black piece back on, which is going to be that red piece that you're connecting underneath here, if you remember, be sure to pull this front white piece back along with this front of this black piece as well, so you can tuck it in, because there's going to be hooks right here. Sorry, babe. Right here. And then make sure to reconnect that red piece and that gray piece. Sorry, we cut that out. All right, good morning, y'all. It's literally the next day. Sorry. All right, so we did put our inks up in here. So you got the white, the cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Then you got your waste tank. Yeah, so that was literally everything. I will say the hardest thing that we had to do putting back was these hinges right here. And because they were so hard, we really just stuck with putting one screw in. Because we just needed to hold open just so we can access the printer head. But other than that, I mean, we did some test runs. We're still working out the system to figure out which order our ink is going in. But yeah, we're in action, y'all. Feel free to leave some questions and comments if you need. We tried our best to make this video as easy as possible, but it's not that easy. This is definitely a 6-hour process, so highly recommend getting some help. And then the struggle is real. Anyway, so when you're this one's gonna seem like when you're trying to put this back on, like it can't fit because there's grooves. So if I can show you. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus, but there's a little hook. So like this is a hook. There's another hook in this part, right? So what I did is I started at this end. So if you watch my motion, what I did was I aligned this piece first, right? And then you also want to look underneath because you want to hold it a certain way, pull it forward, and then push, push, and then push. So you align this, you want to put this piece on top like that. So push it on there and then kind of scoop it under. So you're going to push it under and push it under and then push. And then you're going to put that last screw, that last white screw in there, or silver screw in the back. So that was the most difficult part, but it's working. So we're super excited, and sorry if this video wasn't great for you. Happy to help if it was good for you.